So what we understand ki, for example, this is a opportunity is open here, and I want that I can edit this opportunity. For example, if I want to update this its name ABC to something else, ABCD C to ABCE, and then if you see here, there are a certain amount is described here, that what is that amount is a 678, and where is 670, 678 amount is if I want to update that amount, I can make here that the for example this amount, and if I want to change the stage is from the decision making ID decision making to qualification. If I click to update, then it will definitely update this all the things. Here I am not applied the any spin or the any refresh button for so that's why it reflect. But when I click to update and if I refresh it, you will definitely see that the whatever the changes we have made, and it's A B C D E, and the amount is a little big, and the stage is the qualification. So how I display the it's not working for this opportunity. If I open any another opportunity, the same thing is working for others also. For example, I open the beneath opportunity, then here whatever we have see that the value of the beneath and whatever the stage is also here. So this all the things, if you see here, there is a no amount is shown here. That's why data is not fetched. If I update it to 50,000, if I click to update, the its numeric value, I doesn't need to update the dollar. That's why if I update it, it's completely updated. And how the things is working, I will not, for example 76, if I click in the 76, then it need to update. Yeah, it's updated here. So how I done that, the part is less so for doing that, I created the two component, which are the two component, and one of the apex class here. So this is a apex class. So I will explain all the code what is happening here, and how I will get that. So first of all, let understand the what I will do in the apex class. So in the apex class there is two things. One, for getting that value. So yeah, this is for the getting that value. For example, if you write down the noted catchable equal to 2, and you give the current opportunity record ID, and you get data return select ID, name and stage and account from the opportunity where ID equal to this, all the things is given here. We have to return this particular record value, and here see the return type is opportunity. I only open this component in the opportunity. That's why I mentioned here that the opportunity, it's for the getting the current record ID, current record value. And if I get the updated value, for example, if I get the updated, and how I update that value, I first of all I want the ID, and this is all the parameter in ID, name string, and amount is string, amount is a decimal, and string stage is a string. And I created the new opportunity and updated the old one, updated OPP. It's this one is that. So whatever the id is, the id the given on the id which is given in the parameter, and whatever the name is given, an amount and stage is everything is given. This is a code of the template. And if you ask about the what is the concept behind what is the concept in the JS, for the fetching of the current record id, we use a annotated API record ID for the getting the current record ID. If I open something here and I want to know that what is the record ID of this opportunity, so for that I use this one is the annotated record ID, and I created a variable which is a opportunity. You will find that if I not mention this curly bracket, definitely you find the error, but it is mention, it is clear, it is suggested to use this curly bracket. And these two things I have get from here. And if first I will show that the what I have done the in HTML part. For example, if this is created a lightning web component is the opportunity detail component, and here I use the lightning record edit form. And then in lightning record edit form I use the object API name, and in object API name I created a input field. What I have mentioned in the input field, you will find that there is a name. Field name is a name, whatever the API name of that field is mentioned here, and here is the name and value. These two things I have mentioned. Name is for the if I update this value, then how it updated the opportunity dot name is done behind it. And this name and value two attribute are additionally I know here. I by this example I have understand this two value. And on change, if I change is the handle change. Same thing I done with the amount, and same thing I done with the stage. So after doing this all the things, let me jump into the opportunity, how I handle change handle things I have done here there. If first I created the two variable of the field name, event.target.name and event.target.value. After getting this, is this dot opportunity equal to I expand this opportunity, and here in the curly bracket, in the square bracket, I mentioned that the field name and call in value, whatever the value I receive from the backend, that's thing I handle here. So understand what are the things we have, how these things are handled here. And if you talk about the updated part, if you see here the what we have handled, how we have handled the updated part, that if I click to update it, there is a function we created in the Apex, that the updated. In that function we have to pass some parameter. So for the passing parameter, this is a parameter which are the name of the parameter which are used in the Apex class, and this is this dot opportunity dot id, and name equal to this dot name colon equal to this dot opportunity dot name. And similarly way we give the amount and stage, whatever that. And then after the return type of this function is updated of the Apex is a void. That's why we doesn't get anything. Then this is a permission dot again, then dot catch, these two things, console dot log, these things data happen, and catch dot log, whatever the things we have used here. And after updating have you got at this point how we then the updation part is here. And if you want to apply any finally you can apply here, and you can write down the function here also. If you want to perform some activity with final, you can write down here. but I doesn't need, that's why I am not mentioning here. And this is the things for the for the Apex class. We in JS we have got it this function, and how handle change is working is also understandable. Now in the first stage, we when I click any if I jump any opportunity, automatically the whatever the record details of the record is automatically fetches here. How it done by the I have give the idea how to get the current record ID which is running on. So I get it, that record ID from the annotated API record ID, and the opportunity from opportunity is created by. For here you can also you mention that one line is there as object as object is opportunity. It is working fine. If you mention this one, there is no changes happen in here, that the code working fine. If you done the updation, for example, here, then it's working fine. I think it should be working fine. For example, yeah, finishing jaw. If I try to update it I think it updated. Finishing Chauhan. Yeah, it's working fine. If you the better solution is that to do this one. For example, if you are created any variable which is the array, so suggest to use this one. Use this one. If it is a form, it is a object, then use this one. So it's suggested to use that. It's working fine. A noted wired is for the get opportunity by ID, and opportunity ID, this is a parameter I use in the Apex class. Here you can see that this is a parameter is I use here, that's why I uses here an opportunity ID. And here for the value for the value I call in this way. I have to pass the value of this one is that ID dollar record ID, and then y dot opportunity. This will return the object of the data and error. If data, then I updated the opportunity. This data is if error, then I update it in the console. So we understand how its code work for the JS, and the how is code of the JS and HTML and the template. What are the point is missing here is that spin is not applied, and after update, if I click to update, then automatically this changes should be reflected here. What user think that the is machine hang when I click to update it, that's why we need to update the spin, and I have to apply that one thing. And there is a one twist here. When you use the lightning record edit form, in that case what is the actual flow of this one is that I am showing that actual flow of this one is that currently what happened that when you click the first Apex is called an opportunity data pages, then JS opportunity object and HTML editable format में फिर जाता है, फिर on change में JS opportunity अपडेट करता है, और अपडेट बटन होने पे भी Apex अपडेट होता है और डेटाबेस अपडेट होता है. इस केस में देख, तूने दो बार डेटाबेस को कॉल किया, वन टाइम जब तूने डेटा फैच किया और जब तू अपडेट कर रहा है. सो अगर if you uses the lightning edit form, this one, if you are using this lightning record edit form, then in that case fetching of data and updating of data is done by the Salesforce itself. You doesn't need to call the you doesn't need to call the server by Apex. You can directly get data from the record form record edit form and update it from here. It is the responsibility of the Salesforce to getting that data and updating that data. So in which case this flow is suggested. If you using the lightning input का यूज़ कर रहे हो तो तब लाइटनिंग इनपुट फील्ड जनरली राइटिंग रिकॉर्ड फॉर्म का है, कॉन्टेक्स्ट में यूज़ होता है, लेकिन तुम मैनुअली अपेक्स डेटा के साथ कंट्रोल कर रहे हो, तो इसलिए तुम्हारे केस में लाइटनिंग इनपुट इज़ द बेस्ट ऑप्शन. सो हियर द लाइटनिंग इनपुट फील्ड इज़ नॉट सजेस्टेड, दैट्स व्हाई लाइटनिंग इनपुट it's the best option. Why I use the lightning input field? Because इससे क्या होता है कि सारी ये देख, इससे जो भी अपडेट वो है वो सारी चीज़ें निकल आती हैं, इसलिए लाइटनिंग इनपुट का यूज़ मैंने किया था. अगर तुम अब ये बता, जो करंट रिकॉर्ड खुला है उसको अपडेट करने के लिए ये चीज़ तूने किया. अगर ये लाइटनिंग क्या है, लाइटनिंग एडिट फॉर्म जो भी है, एडिट रिकॉर्ड फॉर्म है, उसके थ्रू कैसे होगा, आई विल शो यू इन द नेक्स्ट.